Welcome back to Football Manager 2024 with Rushall Olympic, Diamond in the Rough. It's official, after winning the Veranama North League, we are currently in the Veranama League, and they're projecting us to do 21st place, but 50 to 1 to win the whole thing, so there is an outside chance that we could win it. But I mean, we're going to fight just to get out of relegation here. If we can finish around 14th, that would be probably the best situation. Financially, I mean, we have 61,000 in the bank, but it does show that we're committed to spending a little bit over 6,000, which is our payroll. But who knows how the season will end up. We did have to make a complete overhaul on our team. As you can see, a lot of new faces here. There's not too many of the old. And even development, there's still a decent amount of players that are still here, but as you can see, they're one by one getting poached from outside teams in leagues below us. The one thing that has pissed us off is we have tried to make offers for players, but for whatever reason, we get outbid by teams below us. So as you can see, there is a significant amount of players that we did bring in throughout the off season there, and we did say goodbye to a decent amount as well. Gosling ended up leaving. Jordan ended up going on a free. Unfortunately, couldn't solidify him, but he's getting paid, I think, a decent amount per appearance. Take a look at what he's getting paid. He's getting paid around 80. Well, I guess that's not as much as what I thought, but you have some of these guys that are making a decent amount more. Dixon is currently making around 120, but he wasn't going to play for us anyways. And then Gosling is currently making 850. That is probably more than any of our players by far. And even Orgy ended up leaving our team, and he's wanted on loan for them. He ended up leaving our team to join another rival team in the Veranama National. He ended up joining their under 18. Which seems kind of disrespectful if you ask me, but it seems, I mean, I don't like the fact that he would actually go there. It seems like, why wouldn't you want to have playing time with the team that you're just with, that you just got promoted? And, I mean, I guess they're willing to pay him 170 per week, and our general manager wasn't able to facilitate that. I didn't realize that we lost this guy, though. That's upsetting. So we end up losing one of our favorite players, Davies, to Wigan under 21. That's upsetting, and we don't get get a penny for it. So that's the upsetting part. We're just like a breeding ground for teams to be able to get him. Let's see if we can actually get him on loan. They're gonna want us to pay 300 per week. That's not even how much we were paying him before. Yeah, we're not going to do that. Just out of spite, we wouldn't do that. We did facilitate Aaron Ben leaving. He's getting paid a little bit more in, I think, the division below the division we were in last time. He'll probably do well there, but he wasn't going to do well for us, and then we ended up getting rid of Nickel. We just ended up signing him as a free, I think. I think we signed him last season, but he didn't end up playing for us, and now he's going back to Spain. I think he had a work permit, so he wasn't able to play for them at all. But one of the highlights of the players, I will go into the squad because it's probably easier to show this way. Ollie Scott, we end up getting him for free. He's going to probably play as left back for us. Currently the best left back that we can get. We do have Woodthorpe that's kind of a backup, but he can also play center back as well. He's currently a leading Veranama North player, and then we have Cullihan as well, just for depth, but he can play center back as well. So that's the exciting one that we end up getting. We still have Makuna, Tom Taylor. Also, we got he's from Ipswich. He is currently wanted as well, but he is paying for. I don't know why we would send him on loan. He's probably going to end up playing for us for first team though. I currently could play in the north-south, but just the fact that he has potential means that he's probably going to play a key role for us, at least in terms of being able to rotate players. But he's one of the players. And then we have Havenhand, who's coming from Sheffield United. They released him on a free, and he is currently a leading Veronema North-South player, but he could be uh, a Veronema player here, and he's currently our best attacking right mid, but we do have Makuna, so they're going to rotate between the two of them. We do like Makuna as well. He was doing very well for us beforehand. One of the big ones that we ended up getting, we got him. I think Omlu is he on loan? No, we got him on free. Okay, he's another striker that we end up getting, and he should be able to feature as much as possible. Callum Jones is also one of those. I think he's going to be our starting striker. He did come from the south as well, but I feel as though he should still be able to produce pretty decently for us. We did sign a whole lot of players, so it's going to take a little while for us to get used to. I think Giles was another guy as well. I think he's just a rotational player. He should be playing for us as well. And we have Hanbury we end up extending, and then we have Summers who should be able to play for us. He's probably going to be our starting attacking left mid there between him and Ollie Scott, but most likely it's going to be Thompson Summers that gets the nod there because he can only play the one position, and his crossing and dribbling is pretty decent, and he is an all-around decent player, currently valued at 20 to 30k. So even if we end up losing him and have to let him go, then hopefully we get money for him. And then Callum Rowe is probably going to stay with us for the long haul. I don't see us getting rid of him. He does have a decent amount of potential still. Currently decent Veronema National, could be a good one as well. But we do like him, and he can play defensive mid and midfield as well. One of the other players that we end up getting, okay, I guess Dave Woods might be leaving. Would be, where is he? Maloney. This guy. This guy is supposed to be a very good player for us. He did used to play for the South as well, but rated around a 7.01, which means that he's probably good enough to start for us. He is a good Veronema national and could improve slightly. So those are most of the players that we end up getting. Let's take a look in terms of the finances though. Yeah, 61,000, and let's hope that we can build from this. So let's go to the beginning of the season and we'll start and see if we can at least win one or two games to start the season. And just before the season starts, we lose another one to Ipswich Town, which is kind of disappointing. We end up losing Ben Cox, who was one of our youth players, I'm pretty sure, or one of the guys that we end up grabbing, but he is currently making now 275 because he got poached by stupid Ipswich, so he's playing under the under 18 of their team, and that does suck. But we'll quickly look at the prediction and the media prediction that we're supposed to have. 22nd, it just bumped us back down. We were 50 to 1, now we're 200 to 1, but we're facing off against Ebbsfleet United, and they're one of the teams that have been poaching a lot of our players, so we will have to make adjustments necessary, but currently this is our squad moving forward. Let me just move that. I guess Partington we're going to take off, and we're going to put in Thompson. So Hanbury in goal, Ollie, Cullinan, Barrett, and Cushienza. So a little bit of the familiar, but a lot different. We have Rowe, Brady, and Mantum as our mid, Taylor and Makuna as our attacking mid, and we have Umalu who's going to start this first game for us. So hopefully we can manage to get a result, but I'm not going to hold my breath, and I wouldn't be surprised if we end up losing the first game, but at least we can kind of see where we're at against this team, and they're playing a 4-4-2, so it'll be pretty interesting. We are playing away as well, so I mean, I'm just hoping that we can just keep it competitive. We've done it in the league before in the cup games, but it remains to be seen if they actually use their full squad, or if there's a huge difference between Veronema National and the South and North. But currently, 8 minutes in, they almost have their opportunity, but we do stop them. Hanbury's going to stay in net for us. He does have League 2 potential, so we're going to allow him to play for us until he ends up having any issues, and then we might look to sign another goalkeeper. But we do have a backup as well, and our immediately our D just crumbles within 9 minutes in. That kind of sucks. So we might want to look to fix some of our D, but I mean, they just play a through ball. Cardwell plays a through ball. Who got beat? So number 4 is Barrett. I thought Barrett was a little bit faster than that, but it looks like he is fairly slow. So just off that, we're down 1-0, but we've been in this situation before. We could easily get one back. As long as we play Rushall Olympic way and not kick it immediately at the goalie. But I feel as though the second half is probably where we should shine, though. We only have that one shot, and I mean, they only have that one shot on target as well, but looks like we're at least going in the right direction there. Let's demand more here and see if that ends up motivating the team. I mean, next highlight is on their end, so Crescenzo is almost poached as well. There's a decent amount of players that that could have left but decided to stay. Rowe wasn't one of them, but we did have a decent amount. We did have to say goodbye to Green, though. He wanted way too much money. There's no way we could afford half the players. Even with Mantum, I kind of regretted paying so much for him. Taylor almost puts one on net, but just misses wide. High and wide, actually. Now Eddlesfield has a chance here, just heads it away, and that is the end of that highlight. Still have 7 shots, so we are somewhat dominant though. So despite that that early goal, we don't look too bad. Except for in the air. We're always bad in the air. And the guy who scored is looking for another chance there. But we are closing out pretty good. Ollie's doing well. And Mantum's still holding his own, but I don't know how long we're going to be able to keep him. The main goal of this year is just to stay up and be able to. Wow, that was an amazing goal by Brady. Wow, and it's tied 1-1 with an amazing shot like that just before halftime. It interrupted what I was about to say. Mantum to Makuna, and then Makuna plays it to Brady. Brady beats his man and then rockets it. Gregory had no chance on it, and Brady is off to the races on that one. That definitely made him happy. And it looks like we could easily put another one before half too. But our main goal this year is just to avoid relegation and develop our team, because financially we're going to have a hard time to compete against a lot of these other teams. We just want to get to the professional level, so we don't have to keep losing a lot of our players, because most of them don't want to sign part-time deals. They want to sign per appearance deals, which makes it so easy for them to be exposed and bought like within like 2 days or a week. I even had one of them where we end up signing him, and then within 2 or 3 weeks he gets poached again. And I mean, nothing's more annoying than that. I can tell you that right now. So they wanted us to put, or Taylor wanted to go, or I think they were saying for Taylor to go on loan, but already he's featuring as our starter, so I don't know why we would even entertain that notion. And I think he's going to build a decent rapport with Ollie. The only problem with this season is that that a lot of the rapport that we ended up building last season, they're going to have to build brand new ones. Amlu almost putting one in. That was a very good passing display for them. But a lot of the players that played well together last season are definitely going to have to find new relationships this season, and if we want to end up maintaining competitiveness. But even if we can rescue a draw here, I will be extremely happy, especially away from home. At home, we're absolutely completely different team than when we play away. I think that's one of the reasons why we're so competitive in the cup runs. And Kundal, the guy who scored on us before, ends up getting the ball, but nothing is to be said about that. But they still have every opportunity to score here. Looks like he was a winger more so, and they end up scoring right off there. Shit. So we're down 2-1. We're doing so well too. Taylor's going to come off though. We're going to make that sub. Taylor's coming off first. We're going to put in Summers. Summers is one of the new acquisitions that we end up getting. He's going to be the first sub. Mantum, I'm surprised Mantum's not tired at all. But we're going to end up subbing him. Probably going to demand more again. We did so well just before the half, and then we just kind of let it go. So it's rather disappointing, actually. And I don't know why anyone wasn't there, but it looks like the sub for Summers is coming now. And 2-1 was not what we were envisioning. We're going to demand more. We are currently the better team, though. So for us to be down is very disappointing. And we're just getting beat in the air again. I don't know what we have to do about that, but if we end up losing this game, it will just be 2 plays that we took our foot off the pedal. And they came, oh my god. Alright, well now they're starting to put the pressure on, but looks like we're going to have to make our subs sooner rather than later. I think Mantum's probably going to have to come off. And possibly Amalu. Feels like we might have a better chance with someone else up top. And even just to see what we end up having and just kind of get the rotations going. So Mantum's probably going to be one of them. Surprised he's managed to last this long. He's usually one of the tired players. But Amalu, I'm surprised Amalu ended up shooting it that well. We're currently in 15th place. Oh no, Rowe's the one that always needed subbing. Okay, so we'll put in Havenhand, and we'll put in take off Rowe. We'll put in Maloney. Supposed to be really good. Let's hope we can break this this loss here. We do have a decent amount of fans that showed up, so I do like that. I would rather see it a little bit more packed, but there's nothing really you can do about it. And Makuna's heading it right to their defender. Not much you can do about that. But he is sticking on the defense, and Cardwell manages to hit it over. Come on, guys. Let's encourage the team here. Gotta do it. Let's go more of an attacking. Should have probably done that earlier, actually. We do have 6 shots on target, too, but not all shots are created equal, and it won't really matter. But again, a nice passing display, so as long as we don't end up messing this up. Havenhand getting to it, and Brady putting it in. Oh my god, that's exactly what we want to see. Own goal, I mean, that's a little disappointing. I wouldn't really call it an own goal. Brady definitely saving this season for sure in day 1. If we can sign him permanently next season, we probably will. I don't really see how that's an own goal, but let's keep the pressure on. Feels like we can have this. And, I mean, this is the season to be bold, so we might as well put everything into it. And, yeah, if we end up losing, we end up losing, but I mean, we've been the more dominant team, I would say. We just need to play a whole 90 minutes of strong competitive football. Thompson, I don't know what he's doing there, but he ends up completely missing the target. It is tied 1-1 and 4 minutes extra time, but it looks like it's going to end very quickly, and there's not going to be any other opportunity. This looks like it's the last play of the game. Makuna can't get the header, so we still are not doing very well in the air, whether it's offense or defense. And we'll take it. We'll take the 1-1 draw, or 2-2 draw, and Brady doing everything to keep us up. Yeah, we should have won this one, but at least it bodes confidence for the rest of the season. We are now in 12th place, so much better than the media prediction. And I mean, if we can tie Ebbsfield and probably even beat them, because I could have said that we could have probably beat them too. As long as they don't say we're lucky to hold on the draw. And let's jump to the... And we're going to use the same squad here for the FC Halifax game. It looks like it's all the same players that we ended up using for the last game. I think we can do better. I think we're going to play more of a positive approach here. And hopefully we can just hit the ground running and get the goal, and hopefully, yeah, manage to do the upset. We are at home though. We did tie our first game, and I'm gonna assume that they lost their first game. Yeah, they lost their first game. I don't know against who, but hopefully we can just add to their misery. But like I said, we're a different team at home. So, I mean, I think we can do it pretty quick. Other games, I think Eddlesfield's facing Maidenhead, so we'll take a look at how well they do as well. So that'll kind of give us an indication whether or not we're going to be not a contender, but just not a bottom feeder this season. Like I said, oh my god, we almost put it in. Taylor just sky high. But I like the start here. 2 shots on target, or 2 shots, 1 on target. XG 0.16. Possession not there though, and Halifax has 2 shots. 4 shots now. Jeez, it's really adding up. And XG wise, they've already passed us. So this looks like it might be a difficult game for us, despite despite anything. But and again, another corner highlight, but we're not really doing anything with the corners. See if Brady can save us 2 games in a row. But it's looking like it's going to be their highlight here, and they're probably going to beat us here unless we can somehow turn around. Brady trying to get the clearance there, but I mean, everyone's like just half on. Doesn't look like anyone's putting their full commitment on it, and they're just running at half speed. Doesn't look like it's a full crowd here, but we do see our fans on the other side there. I don't want to start the season off with 2 ties. I do think we need to get a win at some point, and this might be it. I don't know how Taylor got a yellow, but looks like Halifax Town is definitely waiting to score first. Hanbury managing to do what he did last season and just put those away. It is nice to see the Veronama National League there. I don't remember seeing it last season, so it should be a new thing. Galvin just hitting it away. And we're really hoping for at least another shot on target, at least before halftime, but we will take it for now. Going into halftime at level. But we definitely need to focus on doing something a little bit different. Maybe Taylor needs to come off again, because we did start to play a little bit better when he came off. But XG wise, not doing very well, and they're just inching their way to score. So we're going to make our first sub here. Yeah, we're going to take Taylor off. I don't think we should be putting him at left mid anymore. I think he's probably more suited for center. And I mean, it feels as though Summers is probably the guy that needs to start a little bit more for us. But let's see if we can start the second half a little bit better than the first. And so far that highlight gets just immediately ended. Summers already looking to have an impact, but losing it, he should have got rid of it a lot sooner. And it looks like there's a decent amount of gap in midfield there. And they end up scoring. Laurent Hottie scores the goal. I don't know what to really say. We're going to demand more. We're going to take more of an attacking approach. I feel as though we're just going to end up conceding though. Probably again. And we're going to have to look at who's going to come on next for us. Might want to change up the formation too for the next episode. But XG wise, they just have 1. We haven't really done anything with it either. We dropped down to 18th now. And we look destined to lose our home opener. But all in all, still managing to look like we can hold our own though. That's the only positive that I'm going to really take from this. It's not like it's not like we're losing by significant margin. If we end up losing this, it's probably going to be 1-0 or even 2-0, which isn't the worst. Bakuna's going to come off, and then we're going to put on Panesar, actually. We're going to put him on for was it Mantum. We're going to leave him at that role. Might end up adjusting a few things. But Panisar already showing his worth. And Havenhand also. I don't know what he did there, but Ollie joining in on it. Shooting it a little bit over. He also can play left mid. So he ended up coming up for one opportunity, but there's probably a reason there why he's going to play defense for us. But it looks like it's a whole new team here. Yeah, Havenhand's definitely going to have to start for us in the future because already with him on, the presence is definitely known. So I don't think he can sit on the sidelines any longer. I think Makuna's kind of lost his spot here. Despite what our assistant's going to say, I feel as though that's probably what we have to do here. Good pass to Amalu. And again, Havenhand has been in every single highlight now. Amalu almost putting it in. Gets turned away, but not necessarily the strongest header there. But Brady's also exhausted. Rowe's pretty exhausted too. And we're just going to put it into the box. I don't know why like that. But we are starting to put it on though. But still looks like we're destined to lose. And but I mean, at least we got the header there. Just don't concede again. And nothing having it there. 82nd minute. Doesn't look like we're going to get an opportunity here. We're probably going to end this 1-0. The man one more time. And Thompson Summers with the corner here. A lot more corners than what we're normally used to. And Cullinan, I don't know why he wouldn't use his head, but he ends up kicking it completely off the mark. And Ollie getting possession. We're doing well now, so I don't know where this team was in the first half, but it looks like we're all of a sudden waking up when it's pretty much all said and done. Brady can almost rescue us again, gets tackled, but we still maintain possession. Havenhand gets it. Oh my god, and Amalu. Havenhand's definitely starting. Oh my god, that was an amazing goal there. We're gonna keep the attacking though. There's a chance we could get another one. But Barrett to Panisar to Havenhand and just a one-timer display. That's exactly what we want to see. Amalu looking like he is the striker of the future here. And 3 minutes extra time. Almost conceding there, but Hanbury just kind of staring down the ball. And it looks like it might end as a draw, actually. But Havenhand showing exactly what he's worth. And we're definitely going to try and feature him more often than not. I don't know what happened there. Havenhand can have a chance here. As long as they don't end up calling it here. Oh my god, then loses it. Havenhand is hurt. Oh my god. We better not concede here, because that would be ridiculous. And tipped away by Hanbury. That is atrocious. How did they not stop play there? That was clearly a foul. Havenhand's still on the ground. But he's not showing that he's hurt anymore. But I don't know why he just flopped to the ground. But momentum-wise, it looks like they're just going to hold on. They're willing to take the tie here. So currently we're undefeated, though. Never thought that I'd say that, but our first 2 games were undefeated, managing to tie them up after being down. Can you imagine how the chemistry is going to be after a couple games, or even after half the season? If we can manage to get the two draws just off the mark here, that's exactly what we'd like to see. The game should be over, so if we end up conceding here, I'll be pretty pissed. Full time. We'll take that. We'll take the 2 ties here. Havenhand's definitely going to start. Just look at his dribbling. Look at his finishing, too. He should probably be a top striker as well. So between him and Amalu, yeah, we're definitely gonna do well, I feel. But we could have won. We currently end this episode in 15th place. And how bad did Ecclesfield loses to Maidenhead? And Maidenhead is where? Maidenhead is They lost to Gateshead their first game, so it'll be interesting to see when we end up facing them. But we'll probably come back. Will give us at least a month with these players. We'll probably come back for maybe one of these games. Probably maybe Spenamore or even the Maidenhead game, and then we'll come back for the first FA game there. So it's going to be one of these two, either Spenamore or Maidenhead, and yeah, we'll come back for that, and then the FA Cup, and play all these games in between, and then see if we can get some chemistry going with our squad. But hopefully you guys like this episode. Leave a like or subscribe if you want to see more. Thank you for watching, and until next time.